Hello and welcome into beginner strength training. This is a 30-minute strength training workout using dumbbells designed especially for beginners who really don't know the foundational basics of strength training. In this series, I'm going to teach you some of that. This class, like the other classes, introduces new exercises that we have not done before. So feel free to explore every class in the series. I recommend for today that you have a variety of weights and sizes of dumbbells, and also that you're using a dumbbell that is heavy enough so that you really are working the muscle. And having a range will help you to do that. Let's get started with an unweighted warm-up. I'm going to go ahead and start the music and we'll jump in. Let's go. All right, welcome in. I'm going to go ahead and get the music started and we will jump in. All right. I hope you're having a good day so far. Feel free to say hello in the chat. Let's start with a warm-up. Reaching arms overhead and pulling down and switching sides. We'll do a quick unweighted warm-up and then we'll move into the work for today. And let's hold that right knee to the chest, flexing the foot, finding your balance. Stretching into the hip here and switch sides. Take those arms wide, open the chest wide, take a side bend here, and switching sides. One more time. Let's take an arm across the chest here for a shoulder stretch. And switch sides. Good morning, welcome in. Good afternoon, Lindy. Good to see you. Take some arm circles here, alternating arm circles. And reverse it. All right. Getting started with some shoulder work with some lateral raises. I'm using 8-pound weights here. Taking your arms by your side. Palms are facing out for this one. We're going to lift, stopping at shoulder height, and lower. Join me right here nice and slow. Now as you lift, there's almost a 45-degree angle here. So your arms are not coming straight out to the side like this, right? They're angled forward so you can see those hands in your periphery. Stay with it nice and slow and controlled. There's a gentle bend in your elbow on the ascent and on the descent. You're stabilizing your core so you're not flinging those arms out. Beautiful. The hands are stopping at shoulder height, right? So they're not going up toward the sky. We've got one more right here. And take a rest. Taking a shoulder stretch. Grabbing your weights, getting ready for round 2. Here we go as we lift and lower. We're listening to the music here. Letting the music guide our cadence. Up for 2 and down for 2. Feeling that burn in the shoulders already. I know I am. Make sure that your weights are heavy enough so that you do feel the muscle working. We've got one more lateral raise here. Well done. Take those weights down. Take a couple arm circles. On our next and final set, we will do some singles, so we'll pick up the pace a bit Grab those weights. Turn those palms facing out. On the singles, just shortening the range of motion here as we lift and lower. Make sure that you can see the weights in your peripheral vision. Nice and smooth, staying in control here. Last 4, last 3, last 1. Well done. Couple arm circles, moving to the front. Next, we're moving into our lunges. I want to take some time to explain a lunge because a lunge can be an incredibly difficult exercise for the low body to do, and you can really hurt your knees. So I want to make sure that we have perfect form. Now, one thing to think about when it comes to lunges is 90-degree angle. That's the thing you should remember more than anything else. Your front leg should be at 90 degrees, and your back leg is going to dip down as low as 90 degrees as well. You want to make sure that your feet are wide enough so that when you turn, it's not one foot in behind the other, right? Move that right foot out to the side, almost like your feet are on train tracks. You're going to lift up the back heel. Keep that heel high the whole time. As you bend forward into your lunge, you want to make sure that your front knee never extends over your ankle, right? And your upper body is going to hinge forward slightly with the shoulders rolled back. So as you come up and down, you see that back heel always stays raised. And my full motion here takes me to 90 degrees and 90 degrees. All right? Now, if you've never done a lunge before, feel free to do it unweighted. That will probably be enough. If you'd like to use some weights, go ahead and grab them here. Get into your position. Down for 2 as we lower. And lift. Now, on the descent, think about that back knee. I want you to press that knee out slightly. It has a tendency to want to curl inward, and that can hurt the knee. Perfect. Down for 2 and up for 2. Getting low in that front leg. Make sure that your back leg is stepped out to the right enough so that your feet are not tracking. Nice and smooth here. Chest is open. We've got one more. Well done. Let's change sides. Stepping that left leg far back, lift the heel as you lower and lift. Now check the right knee. Make sure that it never ever extends over the toes, ever. Keep it in line more with the ankle. That means instead of going forward on the descent, you're going down. Notice the difference there. 2 more right here, smooth. And take a rest. Lunges are such a great way to work out. Take a quadricep stretch here. So good for the legs, but can be so difficult to do correctly. Let's move into another set of lunges here. Taking the right leg far behind you, heel lifted, chest back. Down for 2 here. Check your form each and every time. Check that front knee. It's staying in line with that ankle, right? the back knee. It's angling out slightly on the way down. We've got one more lunge here. And let's switch sides. Down for 2. Check that form. Those legs are far apart. They're wide. So that right foot is not behind the right. What did I say? That left foot is not behind the right foot. Stay with it. Two more. Well done. Let's take those dumbbells down. Grab onto a wall if you need to. We're going to cross the right ankle over the left knee and sit back. That ankle is right above the knee, but not on it. And let's switch sides. Good job. Moving into the upper body next with some bicep works. Bicep work for the front of the arm. We're moving into hammer curls here. Rolling the shoulders up, back, and down. Tucking the elbow into the side of the chest. Palms are facing each other. We lift and lower. The dumbbells are tracking close together. And you're nice and controlled on the ascent and the descent. Good. Stay with this smooth motion. Notice that the elbows are hardly moving here. Last 2 here. Last one. Take a break, opening through the chest, flipping the palms up and down, releasing through the biceps. Let's grab our dumbbells for a second set here. Palms facing each other, chest wide. Here we go as we lift and lower. Getting that full range of motion. It's almost like we're drawing a half circle with the shape, allowing the forearms to extend outward. Good. Our wrists are firm here. Squeeze and release. Two more right here. Smooth it out. And take a break. On our last set, we're going to pick up the tempo for some singles and shortening the range of motion. Let's do it. Excuse me. Here we go. As we lift and lower. Now you'll notice that I'm not coming all the way down, nor am I coming all the way to the top of that motion. I'm working that mid-range of the biceps hammer curl. Strengthening through the back, strengthening through the core so that you can control those dumbbells. Are you with me? Let's do 4 more right here. Last 4. 3. Perfectly done. Go ahead and put those dumbbells down. Taking those hands behind, turning the palms to face the floor, and stretching into the biceps. Last week we did a dead row with in our deadlift position like this. This week we're doing the same thing, but a change in our wrist direction and also alternating movement. When you're ready, I'll be using 10-pound weights today. Go ahead and grab those weights. Palms will face each other, feet are shoulder width apart. Roll your chest open and hinge forward to about 45 degrees. Now make sure there's a lot of weight in your glutes here, right? From here, we'll pull back and release. Pull back and release. Alternating sides. Nice and slow. At first, let's pick up the pace here. Here we go as we lift and lower. Lift and lower. Now as you lift, your wrist is angling back so that you're at a nice wide 90-degree angle on that dead row. We're targeting the upper back here, especially the upper back. Really squeezing your elbow. Doesn't need to go super far up or back. Keeping it lodged into the torso. Squeeze. Last two. And release. Take a forward fold here. Letting the head hang. Releasing through the back. Shake it out. Grab those weights. Coming up again for our second set of dead rows. Hinging at the hip. Rolling the shoulders back. We squeeze, release. Squeeze, release. That dumbbell is angling for the back of the glute, right? Like here. It's almost like you could draw a line with the dumbbell from your knee all the way to the back of your glutes. There you go. Stay with it. Last 4. 3. Breathing. Take a break. Forward fold here. We've got one more set. Let's get ready. Here we go. Squeeze. Squeeze. Usually you'll want to exhale on the point that requires the most effort from you. For me, that's on the squeeze. We've got 4 more. Last 4. Stick that butt way out. Great. Take those weights down. Come on down to a flat back. Inhale to curl through the back, dropping the head. Exhale, flatten. Inhale, curl. Roll all the way up. Perfect. Moving on to the bench now, if you have one. Otherwise, you can do this exercise right on the floor. That's totally fine. Moving into some alternating chest flies. Last week we did a double chest fly. This week we are doing the same motion, but alternating. Taking palms together, dumbbells over the nipple line. With the left arm, we open for 2 and close for 2. Now the right. Stay with this pace. You have to really stabilize through the core. I know you do. Stay with this motion. Now you're leading with your elbow. And your elbow is slightly bent the whole way. And your elbow never dips below the top of the bench. Or if you're on the floor, it stops at the floor. Stay with it. When the dumbbells return to midline, it's down between the belly button and the sternum, right? So your shoulders are down and relaxed. Singles. Here we go. Lower and lift, lower and lift. You're shortening the range of motion, not coming all the way back up. Staying in control. Leading with the elbow. Are you with me? One more on each side. Sit it all the way up. Take a chest stretch, opening through the chest, releasing. Let's do one more set of these guys here. Palms facing each other. Here we go. As we open for 2 and close for 2. Other side. Yeah, pulling that core down toward the bench or floor. Rock solid. Making sure that those arms are bent, right? They're not straight. As the dumbbells return to midline, making sure that you pull them down away from your shoulders. They want to be right between the sternum and the belly button. Singles here. Lower and lift. Lower and lift. So controlled. If you're not in control, shorten the distance. Perfect. Come all the way up to sitting. Taking one hand behind you and turning that chest to face the front to get into the side chest here. Other side. We have one exercise left today, and it's for the triceps. I think the triceps are my favorite muscles. Coming on down to your back, bending your elbows to 90 degrees. I'd like you to tuck those elbows in tight to your torso. The dumbbells are hovering right around your belly button. We're going to keep this bend as we raise the arms overhead and then pull them elbow first back toward the torso. So our arm shape never changes. This is called a triceps pullover. Let's stay with this slow pace. Reaching overhead, keeping the elbows bent. The arm shape never ever changes. Palms are facing each other and the hands are close together. The elbow is leading all of the motion here. When the dumbbells are up past our head, they are indeed reaching past our head, over past our ears, staying at 90 degrees. Lift. And lower. We've got one more at this pace. As your elbows come back to center, make sure they are not dipping below the bench. Let's pick up the pace here, double time. Reach and pull. Reach and pull, nice and controlled. Remember to shorten the distance if you feel like you're losing control, always. We've got 4 more. You can do this. Breathe. Open up through the clavicles and the shoulders. Last one. Come all the way up to sitting. Let's take a tricep stretch. And switch sides. One more set of these tricep pullovers. If your triceps are burning, switch to a lighter weight. Tuck those elbows in tight to the side of your body. Palms are facing each other. Hands are close-ish together. Nice and slow as we pull over. And pull back. Smooth. Keeping that strong 90-degree bend in both arms the entire time, never releasing that shape. Can you feel it in your triceps? Breathe, exhaling on the pull down. We've got 2 more at this pace. breathing. Last one here. All right. Are you ready to pick it up? Still staying controlled as we reach and pull. Tracking those elbows close together. They're parallel to each other. Stopping the elbows at the top of the bench. Wow. I'd like to do 2 more right here. Here we go. Reach and pull. Reach and pull. Well done. Come all the way up to sitting. One more tricep stretch here with the final minutes of our class. We are done with our dumbbell workout, but I want to offer you an opportunity to do a plank for a minute or so, coming onto the mat or the floor, or if you're feeling a little bit like you need support, you can come up onto the bench. That will make your plank easier. Taking your elbows underneath your shoulders. Feet are straight out. Lifting up onto your toes. Settling the hips, but pulling the abdominals up and back. Holding in this plank here. Breathing. You are so strong. You are breathing. You are coming to your knees if you need to. A nice straight line. From the crown of your head, out the bottom of your heels. You're almost there. Come on down to your knees. Coming upright, reaching arms up overhead. Well done. Sitting those hips back. Coming into child's pose, reaching the hands forward. Dropping the forehead to the floor. Coming up to a tabletop position. You are through with this beginner strength training workout. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you again on Tuesday for another set of full body workout with dumbbells with different exercises. I hope you had a great workout. Let me know in the chat how it went. Have a great day, everyone. Bye for now.